Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of May 17th, 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, please take what fits and leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. We're tapping into the Capricorn collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Capricorn not see coming for the week of May 17th, 2026? What do they not see coming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you not see coming? Karmic friends, karmic contracts. This is someone that typically, like, you can't fully trust them, or keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Bottom of the deck, we have stalker. So someone who's maybe obsessed with you, watching you, waiting for an answer from you. Tell me more about this karmic connection here. And karmic doesn't always have to mean bad, but it is someone that we have a karmic contract with, a soul contract with, or some kind of debt here. In this lifetime, in a past lifetime, kind of needs to be cleared up with this person, whether you keep them in your life or not. Yeah. Okay, tell me more about this here for Capricorn. Tell me more about the karmic connection. We'll call it connection here. What do they need to know about this for the week of May 17th, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for the week ahead, we have the Hermit, we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Queen of Wands. Lots of processing of the past here. Situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with. Two of Swords, Temperance, and Two of Pentacles. That leaves the Emperor, Five of Cups, Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. Is this like a reoccurring theme here for you guys? I can't tell you how many times I cleanse your decks out. So I don't know if you're dealing with the same person. I don't know if this is just for one of you watching. If this message doesn't resonate, please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Hermit. Why is the Hermit here for Capricorn's energy this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Hermit is clarified by Queen of Pentacles. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. The Emperor and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Right, you're not trusting this person. Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. There's been a fallout here, and I don't know what that fallout is for you. Argument, disagreement, you know, maybe there was something more significant here. I don't know. The Five of Pentacles, you're either feeling this person has set you back emotionally, or they have set you back financially. This is not a new person. This is someone you are familiar with. Okay, we have that karmic card. We have the Five of Pentacles. You need to make a decision here this week. I mean, you don't need to do anything. But it looks like there's a need here for you to make some kind of decision or take some kind of action here. Processing the past here. Queen of Cups to the Queen of Wands. Let's do a joint clarification. For me, Queens exist in the present because they process the past, and Kings take action. That's why there's something here on your part that you want to do. The only Queen we don't have on the table yet is the Queen of Swords. I don't think you have full clarity on what to do about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the King of Cups. There's taking action. Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Five of Cups. Yeah, there's a connection here in your life, right? Six of Cups, Two of Cups. If we add them, Eight of Cups, you've been disappointed, okay, in this person. Whether they are professional, platonic, romantic connection. I don't know. It could be your neighbor. There's something here where I want to take action. I want to do something about this, okay? I'm speaking like you. I want to do something about this, but I don't have the clarity. No swords on the table, except for the Magician who's holding the Ace of Swords, but the Magician's not quite sure yet what they want to do with it. All right, tell me about this person here. They could be a Sagittarius in that Temperance energy. Tell me about this person here. One more shuffle. Thank you. This person, the Fool. It could be Aries. Now, astrologically, that's not Aries. Astrologically, that's actually Aquarius, because the Fool is Uranus energy. Uranus, however you choose to pronounce it. And that planet rules Aquarius. I typically see it as Aries because the Fool is the first card in the major arcana portion of tarot, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So this person is moving towards you. Page of Wands, there's your communication. Three of Pentacles, wanting to collaborate with you. Wanting to collaborate with you, work with you, figure something out here with you. I feel like they present you with this offer and then they hang back and wait to see, stalker card, watching, waiting to see what you're going to do this week with it. Okay, right behind that is rejected. So this person is hoping for the best, but praying, let me say that differently. Hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. Okay, hoping that you say yes to this, but preparing themselves for the possibility that you may reject this offer or opportunity, or maybe even a communication here from them. What do we need to know about intent here? Because I see here you're like, I know I have to respond. Tell me more about this person's intention here towards the Capricorn collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. Their intentions, at least for this week, okay? The High Priestess, Page of Swords, communication, Ten of Swords. Well, that's not good intention. Similar to what Taurus had. I asked, what are the intentions that Taurus's person had for them? And the Ten of Swords just fell out of the deck. Can you clarify that for me, please? I think this person wants to discuss that Ten of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. I don't think they want to cause you the Ten of Swords. Taurus's reading was different. There was like, I did it earlier today. There was like 5 of Swords and 3 of Swords and 7 of Swords. It was like a lot of manipulation, magician. Like there's a lot of crazy energy for that person. This seems to be someone who wants to discuss Strength card, 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. And it was at the bottom of the deck as well. This person wants to discuss that Ten of Swords. And for me, that's sliding scale. Again, a terrible argument, a disagreement. You betrayed them. They betrayed you. You know, multiple arguments of some type of ending. Or, like I said, some really harsh words. It could be 5 of Swords on your end, 5 of Swords on their end. Certainly would add up to the 10. But this is someone who wants to discuss what occurred between you and them before proceeding forward. Strength card, they're holding themselves back. 4 of Pentacles, holding themselves back. 7 of Wands, holding themselves back. So it's almost like, I don't know what to do with Capricorn. I don't know how to proceed forward. I don't know what to do. So I do think that we need to discuss this first. I'm kind of speaking like this person. That seemed like Wheel of Fortune. Before we can move forward, before I know how to proceed forward, I think we need to discuss this. I do think they're reaching out to you to offer you the opportunity to discuss what transpired here between you and them. All right, let's get you some advice. 3 cards of advice here. Let's get you 3 cards of advice how to process that 5 of Pentacles and possibly, you know, and that 10 of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Healing advice for you this week, Capricorn. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the 5 of Cups. Bottom of the deck. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck's a reversal. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, so 6 of Pentacles in the reverse could be someone who they're a little selfish. It's like one-sided charity. So I'm not saying that the universe is telling you to be selfish from this moment forward. What the universe is saying, though, this week is that because of that emotional disappointment or the despair, right, those feelings of loss that you seem to be processing here this week, there's something here about you being kind to yourself, you creating some kind of like routine for yourself, whether that's an exercise routine, just making sure that you're sleeping, 8, 9, 10 hours a night, whatever's beneficial to you. Maybe even coming up with something creative or fun to do, even if it's something small. In that Page of Cups, organizing your pantry, organizing your sock drawer, going out for a walk, maybe going out for a long, slow drive in that Knight of Pentacles. There's something here about being kind to yourself. Remember, I'm asking for healing advice for you, how to work through that Five of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like before you can give to other people, you need to give to yourself. So there is a little selfishness here, but again, I don't feel like the universe is saying from this day forward, you should just give the middle finger to everyone in your life. It's like for this week, you need to come up with at least one thing that is fun, creative, a little bit of a distraction, something that will allow you to process those emotions, but not in a way where you're curled up in the bed crying over them, 24 hours a day. There's something here about we can process those feelings, but let's also do something here that is fun or creative or brings a little bit of joy into your life. And for some of you, it really could just be like a long, slow, like a car drive or something like that. Interesting how that card came out. Oh, and there's that Five of Pentacles that you're feeling. So, yeah, Six of Pentacles in the reverse of Temperance. It's like you can be a little selfish here this week. Maybe even spend a little money on yourself. Sometimes Six of Pentacles in the reverse could talk about debt. I'm certainly not telling you to go into debt. But if you have a couple extra dollars and you want to do something nice for yourself within your budget, I certainly would do that as well. Okay, 3 cards of advice, how to deal or handle with this person when they communicate with you this week. 3 cards of advice. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, yeah. 3 cards of advice on what Capricorn should do with this individual this week. And sometimes taking better care of ourselves raises our vibration and helps us to get the mental clarity we need in order to make a decision. Because if you're without we have no Queen of Swords on your side, no King of Swords, like I was saying, no swords at all, except for the Magician, the sword's up in the air, like, I don't know what to do about this. So sometimes when we're at a very low vibrational point, we might make a decision out of emotion, right? Out of hurt feelings or feeling it in lack. We might make a bad financial decision or something that is not good for our long-term emotional health. So sometimes taking care of ourselves, that should be the number one priority. That'll lift your spirits, lift your vibrations, clear out your energy a bit. And then I think you will have the mental clarity or the ability to connect with your intuition better in that Hermit energy to make this decision. One more shuffle here. Thank you. So what should you do? Again, only advice. Oh, Page of Swords. When you receive that communication from this person, Five of Pentacles, who put you in that Five of Pentacles, Temperance. I like that because, again, this is balance, this is purpose, this is meaning, this is healing. Empress, you need to put yourself first. Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, that's the truth. You need to put yourself first. This is a I don't know. I don't know if I can speak to you about this. I don't know if I have time this week. I have to check my calendar. I have to check my schedule. I'm in the middle of doing something else, or I had other plans. Don't lie. If you have other plans, something to do, it's okay to say that. If you do decide to move forward with the communication, if that's a choice you make, Lovers is the ultimate choice card, then there's something here about having the conversation in moderation, meaning we're not going to sit at the table and talk about that Ten of Swords for 10 hours straight. That would be an emotional drag to you. That would pull you beneath that Five of Pentacles or double that feeling there for you. You know what I mean? Because it's on the table here twice. So moderately, we could talk about this for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and then maybe we could revisit it later on in the week or maybe next week. Like, do it in moderation. If you do too much of it, I think it can, it might feel good in the moment that you're airing it all out, but afterwards it becomes an even more of an emotional drag to you. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Yes, you certainly can converse with this person if you choose to do that. Don't ever allow tarot to tell you what to do, but just do it in moderation. There's also something here about having patience with the conversation. I think you both have a lot to say, especially with the High Priestess energy. This person may have a lot of feelings that they may want to pour out towards you. There's a lot of remorse and regret here. I just think this is someone who keeps it under the surface for some reason, but this is the week they want to express it. Don't allow them to overload you. It's nice to hear apologies. It's nice to hear explanations, but you still have to process whatever transpired here. So you don't need to take on their emotional weight, on top of what you're doing. So yeah, communication is great, but just make sure it's in moderation to you. You need to put your mental and emotional health first here this week when dealing with this person. I remember I had not to make a reading about me, but I had an issue with my neighbor. I get it. It's not like it is a Two of Cups, right? It is a soulmate karmic connection. But I had an issue with them and it got really heated. Not on my part, on their part, to the to the point where they were like trying to steal my lawnmower. It got really crazy. I had to call the cops. And then after that, I thought to myself, I'm never going to talk to these people again, but how the heck am I going to cut the grass on my side yard? Because our properties are very small here where I live. There's no fence or bushes in between, and they're always hanging out on their side yard because they have no backyard. We're behind the creek here. So finally, I had to finally cut the grass there because it was getting so tall. And of course, they wanted to talk to me. And I remember thinking to myself, all right, I'm only giving them 15 minutes. And so I ended up saying that. I said, I'm doing yard work. You know, the storm's coming in. I only have 15 minutes. And that's all I gave them. And maybe it was a little rude of me, but I was like, I'm willing to talk about what happened. But honestly, and it was the truth. I really only had 15 minutes. I had to finish cutting the grass before the storm rolled in. And then when we were done talking, I said, it's going to be nice in a couple of days, and I'm going to have to come back out here and, you know, finish up the side yard. So if you want, we can talk then. So that's what I did. I was like, 15 minutes works for me today. Then in 3 days, we could spend another 15 or 30 minutes talking about it. So I don't know why I felt inclined to share that with you, but that might be something that is beneficial to you this week when dealing with this person. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, good luck. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.